What is happening in the background and what is the potential outcome? So Spirit, for the viewer, may we please have a look? What is unfolding in the background that the viewer might not be aware of? For the viewer, what might be happening in the background? And while I'm shuffling, I will just let you know that I have a very special reading for the Midsummer portal. It's at a really reasonable rate, so there's a link in my bio. There's only 15 of those available. What's happening in the background? We have got the 9 of stars. It's beautiful. And let's have a look at what is the potential outcome. Spirit, for the viewer, may we have a look? What is the potential outcome? We've got a couple of cards that have come out. We have got the 8 of Wands, the Self, and the Empress. This is stunning. There is a transformation that is unfolding behind the scenes, and it is all yours. This 9 of Stars, which is also known traditionally as the 9 of Pentacles, it shows someone who is quietly building and healing and rising, working very independently towards their own abundance. And this is known as pre-Empress energy. And look what comes next. We have the Empress herself. And this, combined with the 8 of Wands and the Self card, is talking about acceleration. Momentum is building. And this particular Self card featuring the mirror, this is a reminder that this entire shift is being driven by you, your reflection, your growth, and your alignment. So this reading is going to be for you if you've been doing the inner work, maybe even in silence and wondering if this is all leading somewhere. And the answer is yes, and it's all about to show. So the 9 of Pentacles, it really speaks of someone who's cultivated a life of independence and mastery and grace. And this is often through years of quiet effort and self-refinement. And this is the card of someone who has found their forte, possibly in a niche that completely sets them apart. So they've struck this really rare balance between work and leisure and responsibility and pleasure. And this is someone who really knows how to handle their money, run their life, and enjoy the richness of it all. In this particular deck, this card is also elevated. We can see that there's this very ornate and beautiful blue bird that is perched on her hand, and this is symbolizing elegance and communication from higher realms and spiritual refinement. The other thing about this is that these stars, they don't just look like ordinary stars. To me, they look like Merkaba symbols, and they seem to be circling her. And as I look at this, to me it feels like timeline jumping or quantum evolution. So this is not just someone who is succeeding in the material world, but also shifting spiritually too. So they're not just building a life, they're building a legacy. So this card, it shows that the transformation isn't just external success, it's absolutely about inner sovereignty. So you've become someone who no longer needs external validation because you are very rooted in your own worth. The potential outcome is this divine self-mastery that we see here with the Empress card. So if the 9 of Pentacles is the pre-Empress, then the woman who has cultivated this inner and outer independence is this Empress. And this is full bloom love, beauty, magnetism, and divine feminine power that is expressed in its highest form. In this particular card, we can see that she is standing at the heart of this massive blooming flower. Her arms are wide open, radiant and free. And if we look at her cloak, we can see that it is adorned with pomegranates. And this is an ancient symbol of fertility, abundance, and underworld journey. So the pomegranates, they remind us that the true power has often come after descent, through the shadow, through self-inquiry, and through transformation. Now it's interesting because this Empress keeps coming up, and this particular deck I haven't used for a little while. The Empress came up in this deck earlier this week, and I mentioned that the way that she holds her cloak, it really reminds me of butterfly wings, suggesting that she has really emerged from a personal cocoon. So this is someone who's not only survived the metamorphosis, but thrives because of it. This Empress is not just glowing, she is glorified by everything that she has endured and integrated. And around her neck, let me bring it a little bit closer to you, we can see that there is this symbol of Venus. And this is the planet of beauty, love, sensuality, and value. And this necklace, it isn't just decoration, it's a proclamation that she knows her worth. She leads with love, but never at the cost of her own self-respect. Where this Nine of Pentacles was really grounded in independence and refinement, the Empress is grounded in self-devotion, embodiment, and divine presence. And the potential outcome here is clear, that you become the version of yourself who no longer waits to be chosen. You are the choice. You're not chasing alignment, you are the alignment. Now, the Eight of Wands is actually one of the most dynamic cards in the entire tarot deck. It does signify momentum and progress and forward movement with clarity. There's no more waiting, there's no more stalling. Things are aligning, and they are aligning fast. There's a couple of things that I notice in this particular card. We can see once again that there is a woman in this striking purple gown, the color of spiritual royalty and deep intuition. And she isn't hesitating. She's already in motion. She's launching her arrows with confidence and precision. So each arrow is soaring in the same direction, at the same angle. And to me, as I look at that, it is suggesting that your focus is locked in. There is no scatter. You know what you're doing, and the universe is matching your energetic precision. Can you see that above her, there is this eagle that is gliding in the sky? And this is a powerful omen. So the eagle, it symbols vision, breakthrough, and higher calling. And it suggests that you're not just moving forward, you are also ascending. And this is elevation, not just in your external world, but in your soul path. So you may literally be preparing for a trip or a big move or life shift that is going to propel you into a new frequency. Now, the designer of this particular, well, these two decks, absolutely genius to have a self card. It is very, very unique to both of these decks, and it depicts simply as a mirror. And it's actually one of the most profound cards in the deck. It doesn't show a scene, it doesn't show a figure, it doesn't show an external influence. Instead, it reflects the truth that you are the source. Everything that is unfolding in this story, your growth, your success, your alignment, all that we've spoken about, is not by chance. This is self-created, self-earned, and self-propelled. And this is a card of accumulation of all of the lessons, of all of the heartbreaks, of all of the breakthroughs and the inner work that you've done. And there is no one else to thank or to wait for. This is the moment when you are realizing that you became the version of yourself that you have once dreamt of. You are this magical being, you are this movement, and you are this mirror. Of course, as always, I do like to remind you that this is a collective reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to the link in my bio. Before I show you that, I actually do have a non-tarot account, and it is called Avalon, the Cosmic Oracle. I will tag it in this video. But to find either same-day readings that have been renewed, or the Midsummer reading that I spoke of earlier, then you will go into the tarot readings. Whoops.